The Tower of Terror makes no sense from a storytelling perspective, and here is why. For those who do not know, 5 passengers mysteriously disappear on the night of October 31st, 8:05 p.m. 1932. But then somehow, this hotel that all of a sudden got abandoned mysteriously reopens July 22nd, 1994. But this is where things get really strange. From a storytelling perspective, why would a bunch of bellhops who must have been trapped inside of the hotel want to reopen the hotel only to lure guests into the 5th dimension? And what I do not understand is, why does the bellhop staff dedicate an entire pre-show in the library talking about what happened to the 5 passengers? And why does the bellhops want to lead people through the boiler room into the service elevator rather than welcoming the guests with an entire buffet and leading them through a very clean and pristine lobby? Honestly, for me, if I was to step inside of a haunted hotel, I would immediately leave if I saw an entire lobby covered with cobwebs. And you know what would really get me leaving is if a projector screen or television broadcasted the hotel's haunted history and why people disappear in the hotel. You know what I would do? I would run as fast as I humanly could to the door and never look back. But yet, what really confuses me even more is, why does the bellhops put so much emphasis on the Twilight Zone and intentionally giving people the scares? But here's my theory. The reason why the bellhops might masquerade the attraction as a haunted hotel is that the exterior already looks very desolate from the lightning incident, and therefore they want to play it up to everybody, making everybody think that this is a Twilight Zone haunted attraction, and therefore it is just all pretend and fake until you actually get into the 5th dimension, when things turn real according to the Tower of Terror's lore. But yet, going back to the story, I also find it strange of why would the bellhops program the service elevators to be blasting a Rod Sholin voice impersonator named Mark Silverman, who for context is a voiceover for Rod Sholin. And Rod Sholin was the original narrator for the Twilight Zone in 19 episodes in 1952 through 1960. Then kabam, you hear Mark Silverman's voice giving you this Rod Sholin impression, saying, "You are the passengers of the most uncommon elevator ride, and what happens tonight dims the lights of Hollywood's brightest showcase." That is what I mostly do not understand, is why would the bellhops be blasting such a scary story in the elevator unless they really wanted to emphasize the horror theme attraction and in hopes of getting people to relax before the bellhops fully trap them in the Twilight Zone as the elevator moves forward into the 5th dimension. Next thing you know, you see a bunch of props, the giant eyeball, the door, and even a floating cuckoo clock that goes round and round. But yet, you still think that it is pretend, and I still do not understand. What about going into so much effort will actually get people to, where I still not understand. Let me back up to monorail, is why put so much effort into taking people through this really elaborate Twilight Zone show, when in reality, this is what the bellhops could have done. What they could have done is it could have got people into the service elevator and said, "Alright, we're taking you to your rooms. Get in," and then the service elevators could go to the drop shaft, and bam, you're in the Twilight Zone. But instead, the bellhops go all out with the narration, the props, and even a star field within the attraction before they really get you trapped in the Twilight Zone, which is allegedly located in the drop shaft itself. And that right there is why the Tower of Terror makes absolutely no sense from a storytelling perspective or from a practical objective. With that being said, please be sure to smash the thumbs up button and subscribe to Tony O'Towel for even more fanfiction, fan theories, and Tower of Terror trivia. We'll see you in the next video. Woo!